Still sitting in a truck seat that's older than your favorite pair of work boots? Your back has been filing complaints for years. If your seat is worn out, sagging, or just plain uncomfortable, it's time for an upgrade. Head on over to seatspecialist.com. Check out their selection of quality replacement seats built to keep you comfortable mile after mile. And don't forget to use promo code TR10 4U to save 10% on your order. Seatspecialist.com, because a better ride starts with a better seat.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to That's Delivered, the podcast where we dive into all things trucking, industry insights, business innovations, and the people who make the industry move forward. I'm your host, Trucking Ray, and today's episode is one I've been looking forward to ever since the Florida Trucking Show. While I was there, I had a chance to meet today's guest, Alberto Ruiz-Sanchez from SpillFix. He gave me a live demo of their product, and let me tell you, it was impressive. SpillFix is a game changer when it comes to spill cleanups, especially for truckers, warehouses, and industrial settings when it's dealing with oil, fuel, and chemical spills. But here's what makes today's conversation even better. Alberto isn't just here to talk about SpillFix, but he's also going to dive into his journey as an entrepreneur and how he got started in the space. So we're going to learn about how the product worked firsthand. So let's dive right in. Alberto, welcome to the show. I appreciate having you on. Welcome to That's Delivered. How are you doing today?
Very good, Ray. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm thrilled to show everybody, especially your truckers and your listeners, what a great product we have to show them.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're awesome, man. Starting all this, and like to give people a little behind the scenes as to how you guys started and getting into this business. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and what were you doing before you got involved in this industry?
Sure, Ray. I'm an accountant by profession. I have a bachelor in business administration, and I've been in the industry, the hardware business and the automotive and truck business for over 30 years.
And so, based on that, what sparked your interest in spill management and environmental safety?
Well, the alternatives in the market are not environmental friendly. So I start looking for an alternative which brings eco-friendly product to pick up dirt or any chemicals as well.
Nice. Was there a specific problem or an event that made you realize that the industry needed a better solution?
Yes, I saw a large oil spill spread through the road, and I saw the oil responders to environments were remediating with the spill with oil pads absorbents. The oil pads are polyester mostly. Are composed mostly for polyester, and the solution to me is even worse than what we have so far. Therefore, I think environmental is an issue to treat it with that specifically bought product. But that's what we're here for, to give another solution.
Nice, that's great, man. So, kind of just give a little more insight. What was the moment where you said, you know what, I'm doing this and it's going to be a part of bringing SpillFix to the market. I'm going to be that person to do this. So what was there a particular moment that you remember?
Well, in that moment in particular, I thought to myself, there must be something out there, or there must be a product or an element that could bring these oil spills to a solution in an easier, more eco-friendly, so we can last a little longer in Mother Nature. Help us with the coconut husk we're going to discuss today.
So that's great. So kind of starting and growing the business. What's one thing, I love to talk about on the podcast is business growth and innovation, especially for anyone who is talking about starting something on their own. Let's talk about the early days. How did you get involved with SpillFix, and what did the process look like?
Well, looking for the alternative, I saw this product, which is very easy to handle, very lightweight, and its contents were aggressively to collect and to remove different things. Then I started looking more into it, and then I realized that this product, actually, which is from Australia, the fact, the company actually is from Australia, and their products are come from many places, such as India, Sri Lanka, and so forth, and mostly from Africa. The thing is that they don't kill they don't get rid of the palm. They just use the coconut, which is actually renew every single day. So it's not we don't do any harm to the environment, even with the products, taking the product off the palm trees.
That's crazy. You think about coconut husk, and you're like, you wouldn't think that would have all that purpose. So man, just kind of want to get to the coconut part, the inside, for that delicious coconut. But there's so much good that can come from the husk. That's awesome. What were some of the biggest challenges you faced with getting the product out there?
Well, it was hard and still hard because it's a market dominated by the dusty kitty litter clay products, which actually has been there for 80 years. But SpillFix is now on the market, and we like to all the people know that there's an alternative more safe for them, the pets, or even around food. It's safe to use it. There's also many things that this product has that are unique, and we will discuss further on. But
yeah,
basically, it was hard getting to people to know that there is the biggest challenge that I have so far.
Wow. So, for example, what strategies do you use to help educate or to build trust with the customers or traditional spill absorbents?
Well, actually, you were witness of one of them at the shows. We have been to 5 to 10 different shows, mostly demonstrating the capacity of this product and making people aware that there's a solution. I would say much better than anything in the market right now. Not just because I say so. It's just if you look up at the SDS of each product, you find out that these statements that I'm making are completely on the SDS or the safety data sheets.
Yeah, I mean, man, it was so lightweight too. I mean, when I picked the bag up, that was made a huge impression with me how light it is too. So, man, that's great. Glad that you were able to come to those shows and do that. So, was there a moment where you thought this might not work, or how did you push through it? When you got some doubts.
Not really, Ray, because in the process of getting to know my product, I start a trust and a belief that this product, what it can accomplish, is the greatest thing or the greatest reward that I have because of what it does and what is in the market. So basically, I'm thrilled with my product. I'm in love, and I know everybody that will eventually start using it won't go back to the clay, to the dusty and messier. Even considering such a for example, the bag itself. Our bag is strong, it's patent because it's very strong, rather than the clays that are mostly plastic and broke very easy. Using the finger lift or anything can broke and spill it over, and this won't. Actually, there's many other advantage that SpillFix has over clay that this is a unique product.
Nice. Yeah, it's nothing like being passionate about it and believing in it. Introducing SpillFix. Now, let's dive into SpillFix itself. Like you said earlier, I saw the product at the Florida Trucking Show, and I was blown away how fast and effective it was. Can you break down what SpillFix is and how it works with the coconut husk?
This could be a very technical question, but I try to make it as simple as possible. But the coconut husk has lignin. Lignin is a capillary system that encapsulates any substance, oil, chemicals, uh, bio waste that becomes in contact with. And let me give you this example, because in the oil spill conference in New Orleans, a young guy, I wouldn't say it was older than 12 years. He asked me, he stand up the demonstration. He said, "Is this hydrophobic?" And all of a sudden, I become, a little overwhelmed because of the question. But actually, it does. SpillFix is hydrophobic, meaning it will go for the higher density substance than water. It doesn't mean it doesn't affect water, but it will take the oil out of the water just by spreading it out. We have products like socks that contain SpillFix in, and for instance, the 5-foot socks will eventually remove over 2 gallons of oil over the water, on top of the water. This is one of the things that impressed me the most. But the product has a easy way to use by just spreading it out. If you have a spill on the floor or in the wall, you just spread it out and sweep it back and forth, and then you take it out, remove it, and that's it. It's something you can test on your home anywhere, because it's actually a real thing. It's the real deal.
Nice. I mean, it's super easy to use. It's nothing super complicated. I love that. I know SpillFix is made with coconut husk. Why was this material chosen? What was the benefits that you saw right away?
Well, if you compare this to the clay-based absorbents, to start with, you will need 60 to 70 less material to absorb what would you use on clay, making cost disposal much cheaper than clay products. It is completely safe, as I said, for people, pets, or safe to work around food. It's not reactive to chemicals. Very important. All of these facts are documented. There won't be any health issues or any problem in the disposal to the EPA standards.
Man, I love that. A lot of truckers and businesses look for cost ways to be efficient. How much less product does a company need to compare to a traditional absorbents? What are their savings that you've been able to see?
Well, between 60 to 70% in cost, and actually our product is very competitive in prices. Their price will be probably even less than what you saw right now on the auto parts, on truck parts shops. So it's very competitive too.
And so scaling up and the industry impact. Now that SpillFix is gaining traction, I want to talk to you about scaling up. How do you go from getting your first customer to where you are today?
Well, actually, the first customer was when he had a spill over the chop with a finger. Actually, with the hydraulic oil. Hydraulic oil gets with a lot of use gets a little smell very awful. And one of the things that I try first, throw him some of the SpillFix over the spill. And the first thing that the customer realized was the smell was reduced by 70 to 80% in an instant, because, as I said before, it encapsulates. It does the substance, so is the odor. So basically, he was very impressed. From that moment on, I went to different distributors in the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, and the States. Right now, we're working with a large distributor with 10 different locations, and almost 15 states to cover the SpillFix.
Wow, that's amazing. So I mean, you got your first customer based off of something that happened, and you guys were able to help them out in that tight spot. So I helped them, make things better, like you said, the smell and all that, get that cleaned up. So that's a huge win. What have been any big wins where the company has switched to SpillFix? Maybe not just that company, but others that they've seen that, hey, this is an easy transition.
Actually, yes, their customers mostly once they used to work with clay. One of the things they realize at the very beginning is the amount of space they need to have more remediation, meaning 3 pallets of the clay will equal 1 of mine. So it will be a third of the space they think they need. That's one of the advantages they like. One of the things, among others, that they will take it from the start. They usually start by mixing the product. For instance, having 3 pallets of the clay and 1 of mine, and they end up buying all SpillFix alone. So once they become aware of the efficiency and the time of the remediation, also the workers, they prefer to work with a 7-pound bag, which equals in absorption to a 50-pound bag of clay. They're thrilled. Their backs give them a lot of support, in the sense that it's easier and lighter for the backs.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You don't want to be doing something heavy if you don't have to. So I totally agree. So yeah, just kind of, we'll get that demonstration. We'll probably add that in at the end for people to look at and to kind of see for themselves. So I know that there's been an awesome conversation that you've been able to have with people at the truck shows. We're also able to continue that here. We're glad to cover your journey and the challenges of being a business owner, starting it, and how SpillFix is challenging in other industries and changing the game for the spill management industry. So any words of insight you want to give anyone that may be starting their own entrepreneur or business for themselves? What would you tell them?
Trust your product. Become things that you love will be your product. Making aware of all the positive and flaws. With those facts in hand, you will be, bulletproof to anything that comes into you or whatever comes in front of you. But mostly love your product. Know your product from bottom to top to end. Basically, that's the key.
Yeah, you got to be able to believe in what you got, and so that other people can believe in it as well. Answer those questions, help them feel at ease. I think you're doing a great job with that. I love the demo that you guys do there. Keep doing that, and I hope that people also stay and listen for that at the end. So, for everyone listening, if you want to learn more about SpillFix and get your hands on one of these products, head on over to SpillFix.com, where you'll find more information, demo videos, and ways that you can order SpillFix for your business. So before we wrap it all up, anything you want to tell business owners and truckers out there, anyone looking to get into the spill management solutions, what would you say to those people too?
Well, I would recommend to have a bag. Our bag is as I said before, it's very small, it's lightweight. It will be easy to have it on your truck, and it will show itself when you have the unfortunate spill happens. And when that happens, you better have SpillFix, and you'll see what I mean by trying it and remove it efficiently. And we haven't talked about that this product is also landfill friendly. I perform locally, or most locally, EPA requires to have a lab certifying that the disposition will pass all the EPA limits. In our case, we have done it with different, like transmission oil, motor oil, almost all the truck or car or automobile fluids. Is in the SDS has all the chemicals and hydrocarbons that we have been tested, and there's been no reaction to chemicals, which is also another quality that coconut husk has over clay. There's many chemicals that mostly soaps and so forth, that when it comes in contact with the clay or the silica in particular, become reactive, maybe causing a reaction of fire or kind of explosion. It depends on the quantity and the mix. The sublimation will be very explosive. Therefore, as I said, the SDS is all clear and is documented thoroughly, so you can look up on my website, which is actually www.spillfixdelcaribe.com. There's a lot of tests being performed, including leachate, which is the most common contamination on the landfills. Leachate is the process where the chemical or the hydrocarbons becomes in contact with the water and contaminates the water. Because of the process of the capillary system that the coconut husk has, it won't contaminate the water. One of the examples is one of the demonstrations that we do. I think you saw it, Ray, where we put on the water, we put oil, then we put SpillFix. It makes like all of a sudden, in few minutes, few seconds, it will start to make like a cake, and you start the oil will start to disappear. Then you pull it out, and you saw the water out, clean water, and you press the cake or the SpillFix with the oil, and it won't leave the oil out of it. So this is the sense or the essence of the product, so it won't harm the environment. Very unique demonstration that I will share with you, and so the people can actually see it live. And we have done hundreds of demonstrations to certify or to validate this process.
So how will somebody get their hands on one? Just order it from the website? If they're in a certain state or area or region, how would they get their hands on one?
Yes, we are in the process of a B2B platform to acquire SpillFix. We will refer to your nearest dealer or distributor, so you can get your hands off as fast as possible. We also working with Spill Kits and Spill Kits refills, which is also another advantage that SpillFix has. Once you invest $200 or maybe even more, because it comes from 2 gallons up to 98 gallons of the Spill Kits. So if you invest, let's say $200, you can refill it once you use it for a third or a quarter of what you spend, which actually becomes very, very cheap or budget to buy it.
Cheaper and lighter. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. So they just go on the website. They'll see the dealers that are there, and that they can get their hands on the product. So
yes.
That'd be great, man. Nice. What I'll do is I'll put a link on there and make sure that people can see where to go. So I'll write in the notes. That'd be good. That's awesome. That's really good. Anything else you wanted to share?
I will say to everybody to stay safe first of all, and use product that will eventually give us something in return, which is more time enjoying Mother Nature. that's the philosophy we are behind of SpillFix.
Nice. So there you have it, Alberto Ruiz-Sanchez. And you did a great job, man, tackling this problem for the industry and making it better. I champion you. I think you're doing a great job. I think you're an awesome individual. So, I mean, man, you're doing it out there, just getting it done. So keep up the good work. And also we'll make sure we add that demo in there. Thank you again, Roberto Ruiz-Sanchez, for joining us today. We also thank all of you for tuning in and listening for another episode of That's Delivered. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your fellow truckers and the industry professionals out there that's trying to keep the environment safe. So until next time, keep safe, keep innovating, keep being motivated, don't give up, keep on delivering. So, and that's all for That's Delivered.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you.
Here we go.
Are you a trucker looking for a safe and reliable place to park? Look no further than Truck Parking Club. With locations across the country, we've got the perfect spot waiting for you, whether it's daily or long-term parking. And right now, use promo code DELIVERED at checkout for an exclusive discount. Reserve your spot today at truckparkingclub.com and drive stress-free, knowing your parking is covered.